Welcome to the Shifting Inward podcast, where we explore the mindset blocks that keep entrepreneurs stuck. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions drive your success. When you shift what's happening internally, everything externally starts to move. Hi, I'm Joe Risk, and in this episode, we're discussing imposter syndrome. That nagging feeling that you're not really qualified or that someone's going to find out you don't know what you're doing. Let's get into it. Imposter syndrome is the feeling that you're not really qualified, even when others see you as capable. It's that voice telling you you're faking it, that your success is just luck, and that eventually someone's going to realize that you don't really belong. And here's the thing. This doesn't just affect beginners. Some of the most experienced, successful entrepreneurs deal with this. You can have years of results, happy clients, and a solid track record and still feel like a fraud. So, why is that? Because imposter syndrome isn't about what you've done, it's about how you see yourself. So, what does imposter syndrome actually look like in your business? Maybe you downplay your wins. Someone compliments your work, and instead of saying, "Oh, thank you," you brush it off. "Oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky." Maybe you overwork to compensate. You put in extra hours. You overprepare. You overdeliver because deep down, you're trying to prove that you deserve to be here. Maybe you hesitate to raise your prices, even though your expertise has grown. You think, who am I to charge that much? Or maybe you avoid visibility altogether. You don't post on social media. You don't pitch yourself. You don't put your name on things. Because what if people see through you? Here's a common one. You compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You see other entrepreneurs showing up confidently, and you think, wow, they have it all figured out, and I'm just winging it over here. But here is what you don't realize they're probably thinking the same thing about you. So, where does this come from? A lot of imposter syndrome starts early on. Maybe you grew up in an environment where achievement was expected but never quite acknowledged. You got an A, and the response was, why wasn't that an A plus? So you learned that no matter what you did, it wasn't enough. Or maybe you were praised for being naturally smart instead of hardworking. So now when something takes effort, you think it means you're not cut out for it. For entrepreneurs specifically, there's another layer. You started your business without a formal roadmap. No one handed you a degree that said, you're officially qualified to start your business. You figured it out as you went. And because of that, part of you still feels like you're making it up. But here's the truth. That's exactly how entrepreneurship works. Everyone is figuring it out as they go. The difference is some people confidently claim their expertise while others question whether they're allowed to. And let's be clear, credentials don't equal capability. Some of the best entrepreneurs learn their craft by doing it and doing it well, not by studying it. They have experience, instinct, and results, and that speaks for itself. So let's reframe this. Imposter syndrome isn't proof that you're unqualified. It's proof that you care. It's proof that you're holding yourself to a higher standard. And honestly, the people who never question themselves, those are the ones you should worry about. The fact that you are aware of what you don't know means that you are self reflective. You're growing. You have humility. That's a strength and not a weakness. But here's where it becomes a problem. When that humility turns into self doubt, that stops you from moving forward. So instead of asking, am I good enough? You should ask, am I helping people? Because if your clients are getting results, if your people are thanking you, if your work is making a difference, then you are not an imposter. You're an entrepreneur doing meaningful work. And here's another shift: stop waiting to feel ready. Confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after. You build it through action, pushing past the fear, discovering you handled it better than expected, and then doing it again. Okay, so what practical steps can you take when imposter syndrome shows up? First, start collecting evidence. Keep a folder. Read past testimonials and thank you messages. Reflect on past wins. When that imposter voice shows up, go read them. Remind yourself, this isn't luck. This is the fruit of my labor. Second, name it out loud. Tell someone, whether it's a business friend, a coach, or even just saying it to yourself in the mirror. I'm feeling like an imposter today. When you speak it, it loses its power. And when you share it with others, you realize that you're not alone. Third, separate your identity from your expertise. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean you're any less of an entrepreneur. You don't have to know everything to be valuable. You just need to know more than the person you're helping. That's it. And finally, take the next step anyway. Post the thing. Raise your prices. Pitch yourself. Do it even when you're nervous. Because here's the truth: as your visibility grows, so will the criticism. Not everyone will support you. Some people will find reasons to doubt you. But for every person who doesn't get it, there are people struggling right now who need exactly what you have to offer. They're looking for someone who understands their problem and can help them solve it. And you know what? That's you, my friend. Imposter syndrome fades when you focus less on proving yourself and more on serving your people. If this resonated, drop a comment and share your story. Have you experienced imposter syndrome in your business? What helped you move forward? I'd love to hear about it. This is Joe, and I help entrepreneurs shift inward so they can move forward.